remember that being that way.
Oh, we're live.
Hi.
Oh my God. Greetings, everyone. How's everybody doing today?
Hi. I'm hella tired.
Why?
I've just been working all day. Okay, hold on. Okay. Okay, what's up? Hey, it's Imani. Oh, this is my mom.
Here comes your son.
Here comes Idris. Hi, everybody. Sorry, I've been working all day today. Because I have to do notes and stuff for my patients, and I have to catch up on that. So I was doing that today, and I just finished seeing some patients. They're fine. How am I doing? I'm okay.
You look a little sweaty.
I'm not sweaty. I'm not sweaty. I'm just very well moisturized.
Oh, very well moisturized.
So, and in any case, that's kind of where I've been. I want to give shout out to Video Music Box. All you from New York, remember that from Public Access. Shouts out to Ralph McDaniels.
Should I move over so you can come closer?
Oh, look, it's Idris. And yeah, that's kind of hi everybody. Hi Alicia and Charlene and Sammy and Bad Mocha. Hi. Okay. So anyway, I've been around the house a lot. I put my glasses on. So, hey, hi, what have you been up to?
Well, up to the last moment, but people will be surprised to know what I've been up to is communicating with some Chinese cohorts, forming a international institute of Hakka people.
Oh, that's nice.
And I kind of pulled myself out of it because they were only communicating in Chinese, mostly in Cantonese.
What's up,
sometimes
Danielle?
in Hakka, which I don't understand. So I said, look, it's pointless for me to be involved in this group when I can't understand them. So guess what they're doing? They're kicking
you out the group.
No, they realize, look, there's 80 million Hakka people around the world. All of them don't speak Chinese. So
true.
Now there's a focus towards, having Chinese as one of the dialects. Of course, there's many languages, but also English, which is a common kind of English language.
Well, they speak English in Hong Kong.
Yeah, but there are places all over the world where they don't really. So the point is to try to find some common ground. So I said our goal should be to try to bring everybody together. And if we end up getting translators or whatever, that would be helpful. So that's what I've been doing.
Oh, look, my friend Danielle from med school said hi.
Hi.
Hi. What's up, Philip?
Hey, Phil Cook.
What's up? What's up,
Somebody
Barney?
say hi to Idris.
Oh yeah, hi to Idris.
Hi.
What's up, Phil? What's up, Danielle? I know so I saw Danielle, you had submitted a question last week so Danielle and I went to med school together. So she's like my BFF.
I have on my Biden-Harris shirt.
That's great. So Danielle, Darnielle,
hi,
Danielle. and Angela, we all went to med school together. So we were on our little text line or whatever. And they were like, oh, we're going to go to Jamaica, in November, do you want to go? And I was like, I'm not really ready to be on no plane yet with recycled air. And I'm not there. I haven't even been to the farmer's market yet. I'm just not.
Nope.
I'm not there. But God bless all of y'all that, are okay flying right now. But
one of your girls is in Jamaica right now.
Yeah, I think she came back though. I think Aisha came back. But yeah, I'm like, God bless y'all. I ain't getting on no plane. Y'all remember when Naomi Campbell went on the plane with all that? She had on a whole OSHA suit.
Oh, I know that.
Oh yeah, she comes on board. She wipes everything. She wipes everything down. She has a mask. Yeah, and people could say that it's very obsessive compulsive, and I know I have obsessive compulsive personality disorder. I know you have obsessive compulsive personality disorder.
Proudly.
Idris doesn't. because he doesn't really trip off of like things being messy. But that being said, and I'm the person, like real talk, I'm the person who, my mom put me on this.
Antar.
My mom told me about this company, like I ordered it online. Remember when you bought the seat covers, the plain seat covers for Idris? Yeah, like ain't nobody trying to sit on no sticky seat.
Well, when he was little, I bought plain seat covers for him.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want, he wants to put his head, and you do little kids, they do what they do on the plain seats. And I didn't want all that.
No, I'm cool.
Getting on him.
Plus, I saw last week the Southwest said in December they're opening, or like, at the end of this month or something, they're opening up all seats. I'm like, I thought we were supposed to be 6 feet apart. Like, y'all tripping. Anyway, good luck to all of you who are cool with flying right now. I'm not. I don't want none of that. Because
we have an increase.
COVID has weird symptoms too, you guys.
We have an increase.
People can't smell no more.
Right. We have a whole increase. It blew up again because everybody got all comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like,
Okay, so Idris,
I know I don't look it, but I'm 68 years old. I can't be having you fly to Jamaica and then come back and pick up some of that stuff. And then next thing we know, I'm not here anymore.
Yeah, I don't want none of that. Idris, what's up with you?
I'm fine.
Well, can't nobody hear you with your blanket over your mouth?
I'm fine.
Okay, you're fine.
What did you do this
what
weekend?
What did you do?
I did.
You were at your grandparents'
You
house.
went bike riding.
Went bike riding
With
my grandpa, and yeah.
Okay.
who was an outstanding cyclist. He used to mountain bike all over the place, and what's it called? The Century, 100-mile bike ride from Manhattan to Montauk.
Hell no, it's crazy.
Well,
No, I mean, that's great. My knees aren't built like that anymore. So anyway, that being said,
should I bring up 50 Cent?
I mean, if you want to, I don't really care about him like that.
Well, he last week tweeted how he was not going to, he didn't want to pay what he claimed would be a 68% tax rate under Biden if Biden's elected. So he said he was going to vote for Trump, and he told people you should vote for Trump. And then this comic who used to be his girlfriend, Chelsea Handler.
I don't even understand, because honestly, Chelsea Handler's a terrible person and she is not cute.
You know what?
I don't find her funny at all. And I'm glad her show is on.
But she got blonde hair, right?
I mean, but her face is busted.
But you know what? For some people.
No, trust me, I've seen it. Like, I remember going to upstate New York and seeing these like really cute black dudes in upstate New York with white women who looked like.
For some people.
The bottom of my shoe.
She said if he would not vote for Trump, she would pay his taxes. That's the first one she said. Then she said that somebody needs to remind him what it's like to be black. Remind him that he's a black man.
That's a personal conversation they need to have on their own, honestly.
So I moved past that. And then moments ago, he texts that, fuck Trump. I didn't like him anyway. And it's like, go sit down and stay sat down.
Stay sat down.
Go somewhere.
Hashtag.
And Ice Cube and whoever else, all of y'all, just put your heads together and bump them into a wall and take a seat permanently. Because, we don't need this confusion.
I mean, but here's the thing though, we didn't talk about Ice Cube last week because you vetoed the topic, but all I'm going to say is, like I said last week, Ice Cube is bored. 50 Cent is bored. They ain't got nothing to do. They not flying. Like, I know 50 Cent probably has like a private plane or has access to one. I mean, where he gonna go? What you gonna do? Like, I mean, if you were a millionaire, I mean, after you go to San Tropez and you go to like, I don't know, the Caribbean, like St. Kitts and whatever, like now what you gonna do? Now you up in the house, bored, clearly not reading the proper things.
You can't
not working on yourself.
You can't be bored and down with black people.
You can't
be bored and against racism.
I don't really care about 50 Cent because 50 Cent never really struck me as somebody who had knowledge of self.
But it's not about you caring about him. It's the ignorant. He's
a fool. 50 Cent has been a very well documented troll. So I don't really care about him so much. Ice Cube, however, I mean, we all did think he had knowledge of self, and I don't really know what this whole thing is going on with Ice Cube, but I mean, I haven't heard anything from him in a minute.
Martin interviewed him, it was humana. Well, and then he's looking up at this. It's like,
and people tried to explain that away. Oh,
there was no explanation.
Speaking of explaining it away, okay, I would like to change my stance on what we were talking about last week because I didn't know the whole Jeffrey Toobin story. Jeffrey Toobin is this he's a journalist and he writes for the New Yorker and he often is a CNN analyst. And so what I didn't know is that he got on the Zoom call, didn't think he had stopped the video or muted, and was like, like
he was on another call,
touching himself.
He was on another call with a sex worker. That's what he was on 2 calls. So he took a break when they all went into the breakout rooms.
During work, though?
They went into...
Jeffrey Toobin, you wild.
It wasn't even just work. It was a practice, interview, debate, president, vice president, presidential candidates, and they were all being one of them. And they then had a bit of a pause and they were in breakout rooms. When he thought everybody was in the breakout room, and he clearly doesn't understand how that works on Zoom, right? Because you can take yourself out of breakout room and come back to the main place.
But if you deal with a sex worker, there's too many things going on.
He didn't kill his camera. He didn't turn off his video.
All right.
So he's on another call on another device.
Right.
Having a sex call,
a diddling session.
But that's what was happening.
Okay, so here's my question though, right? So a little different. Did you see the Borat movie?
I did.
It's good. It's funny. Giuliani.
You got to lay down on the bed.
I got to lay down on the bed and touch myself. I was just trying to push my shirt down. No, you weren't. You're nasty.
Somebody do that to me once in my office at NBC.
You told me. Giuliani's also the same person who married his cousin.
But I screamed on that man.
Giuliani is also the same person.
He married his second cousin.
Right.
He married his president of Manhattan College.
And the chick that he cheated on her with, like, just.
No. You got it confused.
No, I don't, because I used to live right around the corner from there.
No. So that wife.
Yes.
Was his second cousin.
Yes, the first one.
After about 7 or 8 years, they went to the Catholic Church and had that marriage annulled. Okay. Why? Because they're well connected and they could pay money. The church annulled that marriage as though they had never been married. Right. Now you're talking about incest. Right. This is called incest.
Yeah.
So then he starts dating a woman who was an anchor in New York named Donna Hanover. He married.
Wait, I thought Donna Hanover was his cousin. No, okay.
He was married to someone else first.
She used to do those shows on Channel 4 in New York, and it was like lifestyle shows. I like
Channel 4. She was on Channel 11 or Channel 9.
Not as an anchor. She was on a show on Channel 4 in New York where it was a lifestyle show, and they would go around like, oh, look at this person's house in the Hamptons, look at this house. So I know what I'm talking about.
She was a news anchor on one of the Channel 9 or Channel 11, and they were dating and they got married. And they were married and they had the 2 children.
Including that little boy who wilded out during the inauguration. It was very embarrassing.
And including the daughter who 2 weeks ago came out and told people
don't vote for
Trump. So Donna Hanover was Mrs. Giuliani.
It wasn't Channel 11.
He was having an affair with Judith. Judith, what's her name?
Yeah, she had dark hair.
But he announced on the steps of St. Patrick's Cathedral. He called a news conference.
That's right.
And announced on the steps of St. Patrick's Cathedral that he was divorcing Donna Hanover. And she knew nothing about this.
Okay,
everybody is there covering this. Everybody's covering this as a news story. And I was like, you SOB, what kind of dude are you? That's how you tell your wife, the mother of your children, that you ain't in this no more. And you and Judith.
What kind of dude is he? He's a dude whose bottom teeth are yellow and fighting with each other.
Then
he
and Judith, what's her name? And by the way,
Judith Nathan. See,
he tried to put Donna Hanover and the children out of Gracie Mansion, which was the mayor's house.
right.
She refused to move because she wasn't going to pick up those 2 kids at the last minute and find where. So
I wouldn't leave anyway. Go live with your raggedy
he went to
mistress.
live. I think he went to live in a different part of the house. So eventually, when the whole thing was said and done, she moves out with the children. He moves Judith Nathan in.
But he
her.
was staying with Judith Nathan. She used to live on 2nd and 93rd.
He married her. Okay, he married Judith Nathan, and they were together for how many years? And what happened?
I don't know.
He messed around with somebody else
who
on
was
her, and
even more
divorced her.
busted.
Right.
And now he looks stupid. And now his teeth are still fighting with each other. And you know what? That's what happens when you try to be tried.
There was a rally in Brooklyn after Abner. What's his name? Abner Louima.
Mm-hmm.
After he was in jail and was assaulted sexually
with the plunger,
sodomized with a plunger by the police. Right. And Giuliani had a rally in Brooklyn, like right downtown Brooklyn, when he was running against David Dinkins the first time, and had thousands of off-duty police officers at this rally. And they were all carrying plungers.
That's disgusting.
That's
Rudy
Giuliani.
disgusting. Okay, you know what? That's why his teeth are messed up.
That's not why his teeth are messed up.
No, but I'm saying like God doesn't like ugly, and God made his teeth look like butter, fighting butter sticks. Okay, wait. Somebody asked me, "What's up, Cleon?"
Reportedly, Donna didn't treat him well during probate cancer treatments. Phil, you're probably right, but would you?
That's why.
Please come on.
Well, somebody asked me something. Oh, first of all, have I eaten a donut? I have not. I haven't, but I've been eating a lot of bagels. But it's fine. Like I went hiking I've been hiking more. And that makes me hungry. Like I get mad hungry at like right before I go to sleep. And sometimes I gotta eat something like carbs to go to sleep. Like
wow, that's a bad thing to eat before going to
sleep. I know, but it's like that's the only thing. Like I gotta go to sleep. And with increased like workout frequency, which I'm doing now, like I'm hungry right now. So I gotta figure something out because I can't keep eating donuts and paydays.
Sourdough bagels?
Yeah. I mean,
the sourdough bagels already have a lot of the carbs.
I know, but I really don't want to mess with bread, period. So I got to figure something out.
We'll figure something out. But if you're going to do bagels, do sourdough bagels.
Well, it's Idris's fault because he likes bagels. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Well, yeah, but he weighs less than 110 pounds. So it's okay.
So I mean, that's because Idris, you're not finished yet. You're not a full. You're not
finished growing.
You're not finished growing. Okay, let me see first of all, hold on. There was somebody, Sandy. Thank you for what you said. That was very sweet. I really appreciate that.
Where is Sandy?
Sandy said something like, "Oh, I'm very beautiful, gorgeous, and prettiest bald-headed woman on the planet." I agree. Thank you, Sandy. Sammy. I was actually trying to do that on the low because I like compliments, but like I don't, I'm not trying to be all like, "Oh my God." But thank you. That was really nice. What?
Nothing.
You want somebody to tell you that you look nice?
I don't need anybody to tell me I look nice. It's nice if they say it, but I'm cool. I know I look nice.
Okay. Who said poor Idris? Idris is fine. Yeah, and you know what, Greta? I feel you. I can relate to what you're saying. After I take my medications at night, I get really hungry. I mean, I don't take medications at night. I take my medications in the morning, but I just be dumb hungry. Like I'm hungry right now. Anyway. Oh, you know what? What are we going to talk about?
We should explore what you eat at what time of day for you to be.
What? No, we don't have to explore that.
We don't have to do it with these folks. I'm just saying we should.
I don't need to do that. I'm fine, thank you.
Bake a butternut squash. It's actually good baked.
I did. I got butternut squash. I got frozen butternut squash delivered yesterday.
Paula. See, I'm good.
That's only because I told them to do that.
Yeah, you did. Really?
Yeah. Hold on. Oh my God, Beanie Man was rushed to the hospital after fainting at his mother's funeral over the weekend.
Oh, that's sad.
Oh no. Okay, Beanie Man. Okay, time out. Everybody. Beanie Man. Beanie Man is a national treasure of Jamaica.
In Jamaica.
Yes. Okay, so Beanie Man, so he fainted at his mom's funeral, which I mean, I can understand that, but it says
Overcome with emotion.
Yeah. And it says that Beanie Man's mom suffered a stroke back in July and was hospitalized for a few months. Though she was discharged, she passed away a few months later. Footage surfaced of Beanie Man collapsing into the arms of men surrounding him. Okay.
I mean,
yeah. Okay.
But another thing came through today that said that Jamie Foxx's younger sister, the one who became a spokesperson for Down syndrome, she died. It's very sad.
Did they say what she died of?
No.
Well, can I say something real quick? Like, just I found this very interesting when I was studying for my boards. So, Down syndrome is caused by it's caused by trisomy, and what that means is that you have 3 copies of chromosome 21. So it's trisomy 21, right? You know what else is on chromosome 21? Alzheimer's. So really? So they can, like, a lot of times people who have Down syndrome are increased risk of developing Alzheimer's dementia.
Oh.
Yeah. So, medical facts. Let me see. Oh, you know what? I was thinking about Marc Anthony earlier today because real talk, this will make sense because real talk, I went to this Marc Anthony concert, like, I want to say 12 years ago. Dude? Yes, I love Marc Anthony. Okay. Listen, I don't know what he's talking about, but it sounds so good. So anyway, I went to his concert and I was thinking about how, like, at the time, you know who was there? Antonio Villaraigosa. That's how old it was. He was like the mayor of LA at the time. Anyway, went to go see Marc Anthony, mad fun. I didn't know what he was talking about, but it was really dope. And what was really interesting is that there were, like, he's obviously, a Latino. He's Puerto Rican, and so there were these like tias and like abuelitas who were bringing him, like, they had made cakes, like tiers of cakes,
and he was eating it.
Yes, and I was like, this is but I get it. Like, that's the culture. So I was thinking about that earlier today, and I was like, damn, I wonder, like, if they could do that now. Probably not. But anyway, why do I bring that up? Because apparently Evelyn Lozada from Basketball Wives is reportedly dating Marc Anthony. I don't really care. I mean, get it, y'all. Like, she's cute and he's, has a lot of money. But I know my friend Angela, who is Dominican, really loves Marc Anthony. And when we went to med school on Long Island in Old Westbury, there was this pizza spot. Angela would be like, yo, they said that Marc Anthony lived down the street. This is when he was with J-Lo. So hi, Marc Anthony. And I don't think Angela ever got the chance to stalk you, but she really likes you a lot. And you know who else likes you a lot? Me. I love Marc Anthony. It's good. Like, have you heard his music?
No.
You are tripping. Marc Anthony is so good. Somebody asked,
if I was going to listen to some significant Latin music,
Marc Anthony is awesome.
It would be like Tito Puente.
It's the same.
It's not the same.
It is. It's salsa. Like, what are you talking about?
I do love R&B, but I grew up, they call it salsa now, but we called it Latin.
Whatever. It's okay. Do you know who Marc Anthony played in a movie?
Marc Anthony?
No.
What's his name?
Exactly. See, and it was good.
Which movie?
What's his name? Who did he play?
Hector Lavoe.
Who's Hector Lavoe?
It was so good. Hector Lavoe is a very famous salsero. Is that? I don't speak Spanish, but I think that's how you say it. Anyway, he used to be on Fania Records, and I know this because I used to write a lot about music.
Joe Cuba.
Right. Yes. So Hector Lavoe,
Mongo Santa Maria,
was an amazing salsa artist. But because he had his issues and whatever, he ended up contracting HIV.
Celia Cruz.
Because he was doing heroin and all kinds of stuff. But I mean, J-Lo was in the movie. She was all right. But Marc Anthony can really act. And the soundtrack is dope because Marc Anthony remade the Hector Lavoe songs, and it is so good.
What happened to the original Hector Lavoe songs?
They're on Spotify. Here's what I'm trying to tell you guys. When I lived in New York, okay, everybody in New York, you know how there's Kiss FM? and then like the station right before it is like the Spanish station. Listen, I forgot what it's called. I love that station. I don't know what they was talking about, but it was fun. And you know what? I love salsa so much that apparently got knocked up. Here's Idris.
All right.
I did.
I know you got knocked up.
Okay.
But you got knocked up in Brooklyn at the salsa party, right?
No, I didn't.
Okay,
first of all, I met Idris's dad at this spot in Manhattan.
Dancing salsa.
Called. It was like it was a club that was like in a bank vault or something.
You're the result of rhythm.
Latin love, the forbidden dance.
Who wrote that?
Who? Oh, yes, High 95. Yeah. What you mean Kiss FM is gone? Where's Kiss FM? La Mega. Yup. It's called La Mega. Where's Kiss FM at? Where'd it go? What are you all talking about?
Disappeared.
Why is Kiss gone?
Gone, reduced to atoms.
There wasn't an audience for it.
That's ridiculous.
You were 20.
El Raton. The Fania All-Stars.
La Mega. That's the jam.
I remember that
no,
one.
I remember that.
I remember that one.
So because this is what, now here's another random story for New Yorkers. The only R&B is BLS. Whack. Okay, so.
But you know who used to work for me? Who did weather for me?
Hector Lavoe.
Tito Puente's daughter.
Oh yeah, we went to their restaurant.
Audrey Puente on City Island.
Yeah, that food was good on City Island.
And she's still on the air in New York on Channel 9 or 11 or 5. I can't remember which one.
Oh, I miss City Island.
But she had her first weather job working.
That's so nice.
For me
they had really good
NBC4
plantains at that restaurant. They had really good plantains at that restaurant. I can't believe Kiss FM is dead. That's crazy. So what music they play now?
Got bought.
What do they play? What do they play on Kiss FM?
Well, they probably don't even call it Kiss FM anymore.
I know, but I'm saying, is it a country station? Oh, it's an ESPN station. That's whack. That's so whack.
Like country.
But
I like Dolly Parton.
People have options like Spotify, you know.
I mean, I get it,
and
but
Pandora. They're not listening to over-the-air radio.
I don't care though.
For that. They're listening to it, but not for that.
Latin Quarters. Yes, I did go to. So
you mean that was at the club?
Yeah, Latin. So there was right before I left New York, in like 2004.
When I was a kid, it was the Palladium that everybody went to.
Yeah. So like in 2004, I remember one of my really good friends that I went to high school with, his name is Dale. And Dale is Trinidadian. He's from Brownsville in Brooklyn. So, but Dale is like an amazing dancer. So Dale, thank you, Dale, came all the way uptown to my crib on 129th Street and like
119th Street.
129th.
Oh, where you live there. Okay.
And like taught me like salsa basics. And then I went to the Copa the next night. This was when like I used
to. Is that when you met the guy?
No, it's not.
Oh, just checking.
No. I really like
Lene says hello to Idris.
Oh, hi Lene.
Are you on there? I don't see Lene.
No, he said Lene says hi.
I know, but where did he see Lene saying hi?
Maybe I don't know. Okay. So anyway, my point is that I used to really like going out to clubs by myself in New York. It was fun.
By yourself?
Mm-hmm.
I went out with my girl.
Because you would always see the same people. Mm-mm. I used to take a disco nap at like 10, wake up at like midnight, get to the club by 1, then stay until like 4 and be like,
I never heard of Last Call until I was in grad school.
I never heard of it here until I came here. I was like, why is the lights on at 1:30?
They started flickering the lights at like 1:45. And I said, what are they doing? People said it's Last Call. And I said, what's that? And they said Last Call. And I said, what does that mean? They said Last Call for alcohol. I said,
I thought that was just in a song.
It wasn't in a song when I was that age. I was like, what does that mean?
That?
They said, well, they close at 2. I said,
why?
Close at 2. We don't even
weirdos.
Get out until 2.
Right.
And they were like, well,
I don't get to the club till 1 or 2. Y'all tripping.
We used to stay up and get dressed to Soul Train, which would come on Saturday night at like 11:30.
At night.
They would have a repeat of it.
Oh,
so
that's nice.
You get dressed to Soul Train, and by the time you all ready and got your fro all froed up and patted down, looking good, and your bell-bottom pants. And remember the days when they had the Jackson 5 cartoon and they had people with bell-bottom pants.
I remember the Jackson 5 cartoon? Of course I remember. I used to watch it.
and we'd get ready and we'd go hop on the train, head downtown or across town.
I had a car, so luckily I could drive at
We
night.
didn't even get to parties until 1 a.m.
Yeah, so when I first came out, I was in LA visiting my mom and my dad, and I went out to this spot on Sunset, like right off of, Crescent Heights. And so, and it was like a black party. I remember Spike Lee was there. It was all having fun. It was 1:25 and the lights came on. Now, the only time I remember the lights coming on at a club in New York is because somebody got stabbed.
That is so lame.
Wait, so somebody got stabbed, right? And so my best friend Shazik was there with me, and she was like, "Chill." And so I left. Like, I was like, I'm not gonna be here if y'all gonna be stabbing up people. So that's the only time I ever or if somebody lost like an earring.
They turn on the lights. Like if it's a diamond earring. So they turn the lights on. I was like, what are y'all doing? And somebody got, okay, so this is LA. They turned the lights on 125. I was like, what is happening? And they were like, oh, well, the club's gonna close soon. I'm like, it's 1:25. What is wrong with y'all? So I didn't really I was like, I ain't never moving to LA, but then I'm here. But then, the brothers would come up to you when the slow record came on. But this was in my day.
There's no slow records. Yeah, not
and it would be like a 9
now.
or 11-minute side, like stay in my corner by the Dells.
Yeah.
And you always would head to the restroom if you didn't see anybody who you wanted to come and ask you for your hand so you could dance. And when it was all over, this side of your head would be all flat. Your hair would either be flat if it was a fro, or if it was pressed, it would be all fuzzed up. Because you're dancing with this dude who's got his head pressed up against yours and he's all sweaty. It was not good.
Ooh, COVID. Anyway.
But when I danced one time with Lou Alcindor before he was Kareem, he was at Power Memorial.
What is that?
That was a Catholic school in New York.
Power? It
was for some archbishop or somebody whose last name was Power.
I'm like, that doesn't sound very like Power. What's it called? Power what?
Power Memorial High
Power
School.
Memorial.
Power Memorial was the basketball monster of New York State. Of course, because Lou Alcindor was on the team, but Power Memorial, they cleaned up.
Right.
And we were at a club on 155th Street right near the Polo Grounds called Brankers.
Damn, why?
Because that's where we used to hang out, at Brankers.
I've rarely been to a club to party uptown.
But this was a different day and time. This is Harlem. People came to Harlem to party.
No, they did back then.
All right, well, don't be dissing.
No, I'm just saying, I've never been oh, because somebody been like, yo, come meet me here. I did go to a strip club in the Bronx once. It was nice though, and they had really good food.
I never went to a strip club.
It was fun.
I don't even find that interesting.
It was fun. I was like, how did y'all do that?
Oh, and
congratulations.
Absolutely. There was speakeasies. So there was one in Fort Worth, Texas called the New Stallion off I-35. Oh my God.
Was this a gay club?
No.
Oh.
It was a bunch of black
You told me you used to go to gay clubs.
I did, because the music is great.
Right, and then you don't have to worry about people hitting on you and stuff.
Well, they hit on you if it was a gay club with women.
Right, I'm saying, but you told me it was a gay male club.
I did go to gay male. We did gay clubs, period, because you got to experience.
I mean, okay,
I've lived life. Party.
Yes, I've lived
life before. I never did drugs, but I was always on the dance floor. So anyway, the New Stallion opened at 2 a.m.
Oh, it was after hours.
A speakeasy.
Because they have after hours here too.
Right.
Yeah.
They opened at 2 a.m. And if you were a female,
a woman. Okay, we need to work on this.
Why do we need to work on this?
Because when people say female, it's usually a man calling a woman a female, and it's degrading the way they say it. You want to say woman. A female is an adjective, not a noun.
So
female physician. Female.
Should we look this up to see whether female is a noun?
You can look it up if you want, but you're not supposed to say that.
Well, wait. So again, I'm back to precision in language.
You're not supposed to say it. No, that's the end of it.
I'm not doing colloquialisms.
This isn't colloquialism.
And how you?
I have been called oh, look at all these females out here. It's not a nice.
It's an adjective and a noun.
The person who said that to you, and however you took it, that's how you all are reducing the language. Okay.
Mom, all I'm saying is, do you want to be akin to the dude on 125th Street with the super soaker who wanted to call me a female? No, you don't.
You know what?
No, you don't.
You know what? Let me say this to you. You figure out how to deal with men, how they're going to say.
I've already
in a disrespectful.
Look, it says
fashion
female
or
equals
tone.
biology, woman is like, right, it's social, like a female physician, right? You know, and here's the true test. You never hear anybody be like, look at all these males out here. Never.
By the way, you interrupted my story to tell me to stop using the word female, as though I don't also use the word male. And I do.
No, you don't. Look at all these males out here. I've never heard you say that.
Have you ever heard me say, look at all these males out here?
No.
No. Have you heard me say, look at all these females out here?
Well,
no.
Yes, because you just said something similar. Yes, you did. See? You can't say that no more.
From a different time.
Yeah, but you can't say that no more.
You know what? I'm ignoring her.
That's fine. So anyway, let's get into something else. Right, like a female cat. Somebody,
what?
I'm not gonna argue this with you. Okay, somebody asked, like, super quick, how do I feel about the Supreme Court nomination? I mean, I don't know. She's raggedy. That's what they want. So, you know, I mean, there's
super conservative Catholic.
Did she steal some black kids from Haiti?
Mm-hmm. She's the 6th Roman Catholic on the Supreme Court, including Clarence Thomas, including Sonia Sotomayor, who graduated from my high school 2 years before me, but she's not conservative. But I don't know when the court, which historically was seen as waspy.
Yeah, white, right? Anglo-Saxon Protestant.
It used to be waspy when it converted to Roman Catholicism. And, you know, the banner that's being flown is the whole anti-abortion issue.
Yeah, because they want to overturn Roe versus Wade. Listen,
all the while, we don't want to talk about the priests who are raping young boys.
Females, I'm just kidding. They're raping male children.
Not necessarily just children.
Well, they're raping males. They out here raping males left and right. So,
and before anybody
it said it just passed. I mean, all right.
Yeah, it passed.
Whatever. I mean, look, at least it wasn't as triggering as the Kavanaugh. What's his Brent Kavanaugh? That white man flipped out because he was like, how dare you all question me? I'm a white man up in here. I was told I had the job.
Oh, but then the white woman sat there and said, well, I don't really know. I mean,
what was up with her
what is air? I don't really know what air is. I'd rather not have to come down on any side about that. So she played airhead, which of course we know she's not.
Right.
She dodged all the questions, and Kavanaugh thumped his chest to do alpha male. Oh, there's a way to use the word male.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was like, first of all, I'll be out here raping mad women and y'all still going to confirm me. Anyway, this woman was confirmed. Whatever. I don't, whatever.
We're going to have major setbacks for decades.
Yeah. But this is why they need to impose limits on judges, because I read in the past 2 weeks, I've read 2 different articles about judges who had dementia. One was a black woman and one was a white man. And I'm like, listen, I don't really know if y'all need to be like 90, like, you know, like this very tenuous work. It's strenuous work to be like a Supreme Court judge. I know they got their little clerks and stuff, but 80 something, you know, nah, y'all need to chill. Oh yes, Phil, this is my video music box hoodie. I ordered it off of Instagram. So shouts to Ralph McDaniels. Do you remember Video Music Box?
I do. It was before MTV and stuff, right? Was it?
Pretty much. But we lived in Texas, so we had cable. So my cousins lived in New York. They didn't have cable, so I knew all the music.
You had MTV when we lived in Tulsa.
I remember when MTV came on the air. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I remember that. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, this is great. I love MTV.
What was that little group? They wore overalls and cross colors, and what was it called? Jump?
You're talking about Crisscross? You know, one of them died. Yeah, he died like a few years ago. I forgot why he died.
What was the song they did?
Jump.
Oh, okay, it was Jump.
And they had this other song in the 90s. It was good.
On MTV, on TV, doing that.
Yeah. Shouts out to Jodeci, who I met when I was 15 through my mom's job.
You did?
Yes. Remember after the city college thing?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I met Jodeci.
You also met what's that boy's name? Oh, Justin Timberlake. Oh, no, you
I did not meet Justin Timberlake.
I got him to give you some stuff.
Okay, no, you had him sign his CD.
Okay, whatever.
And it's in my closet.
Still?
Yes.
He was on the very first episode of the Ellen DeGeneres show. And I was the GM here at NBC4 when they were shopping that show. So I was the first big city market to agree to take that show. Okay. So we went out to dinner with her.
Oh, wait, hold up. What's the name from Crisscross committed suicide, or did he have sickle cell?
Wow.
No, but it was very like unexpected. Yeah, that was crazy.
TJ says y'all are definitely native New Yorkers. Remember that girl? That song?
I love that song. You're a native New Yorker. That came on the other day on when I was playing Spotify, and I was like,
no one holds the door for a native New Yorker. New York City girl.
No, they better hold the door, because let me tell you, I have cursed out many a person in New York. Like, don't drop that door on me. Being rude. Because I'm a nice person. I'm very like considerate.
Well, what about when you hold the door?
Oh, and then white people go through. I'm like, bitch,
people,
I'm not the doorman. White people.
You hold the door while you step in through the whole door, and I let, not only do I let it go,
no, I drop it.
I push it. I'm
right. Like, get out of here. Your raggedy self. Please. I look like. I look like I work here.
I was trying to be friendly.
Right. But apparently you don't know how to act like that. That's why you got a bump on your head from the door. Stupid. Anyway. Let me see.
When he dropped me off at East 83rd, that's one of the lines.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Okay, let me see what else.
I'm gonna tell you, growing up in New York, there's nothing like growing up in New York City.
Yes.
But I need to be more specific. Nothing like growing up in Harlem and hanging out in the Village. I didn't hang out in the Bronx. I hang out in Queens.
I hung out at my friend Kathy's house in the Bronx.
I hang out in Queens. Later on, it got to be okay. In your era, it got to be okay hanging out in Brooklyn. But in my era, everybody stayed in their own borough.
You know, I used to have boyfriends in high school who were from Brooklyn, and it was like, we'll meet in Manhattan. I was like, perfect, because I live in Manhattan. But it wasn't. Like, I had a boyfriend who lived in Bed-Stuy, and then I lived in Harlem. It was the same, whatever.
We never did that.
Can somebody please explain to me how Queens is set up, the borough of Queens?
What do you mean?
Because what is 30, like I live on 36th Place and 38th Court, and then the something like 649-11 is the building. What does that mean?
Yeah.
I've never understood that. I'm like, I'm not going to Queens.
My father lived at 180-11, 144th Avenue. But there was also 144th Road.
Right.
And there was 144th
place. Right.
So they would all be one right after the other. And it was too much.
I'm like, I don't understand
this. It was too much.
No, people would be like, I live at 649-11. I'm like, well, congratulations. I'm not going there. So like, I'm not taking no J, M, or Z train. I'm like, I know A, B, C, and D. I don't know anything about no other consonant trains out here. I'm not doing that. I might take the S.
We had
the shuttle.
When we were little, we had to go out to Springfield Gardens to my father's house. We would take the B or the C downtown.
Right.
We would get the E train.
Right, downtown.
To 169th Street in Queens, which is the next to the last stop.
Ooh.
And then we would stand they had all the buses going, and we would take the Q5A.
As opposed to the Q5B.
They had,
of course.
They had a Q5 and a Q5A, and it was like, what are we doing out here? And everybody was white. My father, I think, was the second Black person to move into Springfield Gardens, which today is totally a chocolate city.
Yeah, well, good. That's good. Shouts out to the M7 bus in Manhattan.
Oh yeah,
which is
number 7.
Which is the bus I used to take. Well, when I first moved,
Lenox Avenue.
Yes, when I first moved to New York that first year, I refused to take the subway. I was like, absolutely not. I don't know what is going on down there. I don't trust this.
What?
Because I used to take the train with you.
Yeah.
but I would have to, it was me and my cousin who was like 5 at the time, and we went to the same school, and I was just like, there's too much going on. So I took the 7 bus for the first year, and then I got used to the subway. And also the subway can be kind of intimidating if you're not sure, because if you go to okay, when we used to go to NBC to your job for the 4750th state, you
Rockefeller Center.
You had to know which side to exit. Yeah, like it's not like, and then and then you look stupid, and everyone's like, "You're not from here."
North, south, east, west. So you figure out which part of.
But oh, can I say something too? The last time I was in New York, I took the subway, and you know what I can't do anymore? I can't like stand. I have to hold,
coast in the train. It's like ride the wave. You can't be on the train without holding on.
No, I don't want to talk about it. Okay?
Oh my God. It's like, I see it as kind of like surfing. You have to keep your knees kind of bent.
Anyway, I'm not going to talk about it.
Please.
Well, I live here now.
Wow.
I don't know how you're going to claim to be a New York City girl.
First of all, you know what? Hi. Okay. So anyway, let me see.
Would you like to live in New York someday? No.
Where did I live?
This is a Cali boy.
Where did I live before I moved to New York? A lot of like Texas and Oklahoma, pretty much like different. I lived in
New York.
Oh yeah, I was born in Syracuse. Then we went to Arlington, Texas. Then I went to New York for like 6 months. Then I came back.
You went to Arlington and Dallas.
I went to Arlington first. Went to New York for 6 months in 2nd grade. Came back to Arlington. Then we moved to Dallas, Texas. Then we moved to Tulsa, Oklahoma for a year. Then we moved to Houston. Then we finally moved to New York in '89. And I know that because Back to Life had just come out. And I was like, yay. It was fun. Anyway.
When we lived in Tulsa, we lived in South Tulsa, not too far from Oral Roberts University, with those scary praying hands on the campus like that.
Yeah, it's weird.
And Wayman Tisdale, who was...
Oh, he died. He was that basketball player.
Yeah. And he was also, he played saxophone or guitar? I can't remember.
Oh, yeah. He had like smooth jazz
musician.
Yeah.
He was a nice brother.
What about Houston versus Houston? Yeah, you gotta like, don't go to New York talking about Houston Street. No. But I remember going to Houston's on Houston. See? Plus Houston's, here we go. Houston's has really good veggie burgers. That's veggie burger. No, it's good. Mm-hmm. It's really good. Don't listen on. It's really, really good. They probably
eat a burger commit.
Also, I just want to say real quick, shouts out to Gray's Papaya and Mike's Papaya. I really missed the recession special.
Yeah.
I used to get 2 hot dogs with sauerkraut and ketchup and the cola champagne.
Who said they went to Cathedral?
Somebody, yeah, she said that. I went to on
First Avenue, and I learned traveling around that pretty quickly. I went to Cardinal Spellman High School in the Bronx.
Yay! Well, but Cathedral's in Manhattan, right?
Right.
Okay. Well, that has nothing to do with the
I only ventured into the Bronx to go to school. Stop being a dope.
I'm not. Okay, so let's talk about some other stuff. What? Lil Boozy, hold on.
Wasn't Houston's on Park Avenue? Wasn't Houston's on Park Avenue? I don't know.
Actually, you know what it was? My bad. It was on like Park Avenue in like 20-something street, because I used to work by there. When I was a lab assistant.
Was it down by Century 21 and stuff?
No, that's all the way downtown.
Oh, 21st Street and Park.
Like, no, like 20, it was like 28th and like Park or something. Mm. But yeah, I remember it was like, oh, we going to Houston's tonight.
Why? Because their food was good? Is that what?
We really weren't like running around going to restaurants all the time.
Really good restaurants in New York, y'all going to a chain?
First of all, it's good. Mm-mm. Damn. No. Anyway, you right, Phil. It wasn't. It's on Park Avenue, or was on Park Avenue. One time, yes. Once I was close though. I said 28th and Park. One time I went to this. Y'all remember? Do any of y'all remember there was that seafood place used to be on Park Avenue that all the Black folks would go to, right around that area? And I remember seeing. I remember seeing Craig Mack, R.I.P., with his wife and his kids, and legit.
I forgot the name.
Century 21 closed?
Yeah. They did.
Why?
Una Clark is in the house. Is she on here? Oh my God, are you serious? Wait, is she on the
Maybe
on the
she's
Facebook page?
On the Facebook.
I love her.
Who is that?
Oh my God, she was a Black woman who was on New York City Council forever and ever, out of Brooklyn, the Jamaican who used to give them help. Are you kidding?
Oh, fun.
And her daughter is Congresswoman City Crab. That was it. Congresswoman Yvette Clark.
City Crab, yeah.
Congresswoman Yvette Clark out of Brooklyn, and that's who Maritza works for.
Look at this. This says, okay, so
Bankruptcy.
Century 21 filed bankruptcy.
Yeah, I knew that.
Do y'all, okay, this probably not. Do you all remember this thrift store in Brooklyn? It's closed now, called Domsey's. And it was huge. And me and my friend used to go there and just rack up. All right. What shows am I watching? Thanks for asking.
Somebody put The Undoing on HBO Max. I haven't seen that.
I haven't seen. Is that the one with Jude Law? The Undoing? I don't know.
First Caribbean woman elected to the city council.
Yes. So.
Oh my God, I love her. I love her.
What was she screaming on people?
All the time. And
sounds very
and the
West
most
Indian
amazing hats. You ever seen
hats?
She'd have these beautiful, not what one would see as church lady hats, but they were creations.
Mm-hmm.
They were beautiful, and some of them would have. Remember when they used to have like the African, kind of like kente cloth, but the African fabrics.
You mean the Shahrazad Ali's?
Shahrazad.
Remember, she was like, if your woman is talking crazy, just give her a backhanded slap it about. An open-handed slap it about. It was on.
Yeah,
it was on.
That.
Yes,
I remember that.
But she used to have you're right.
And brims, and it would be like, and still, I'm gonna show you a picture of her. She is. If I were going to come back.
Oh, The Undoing is on HBO with Hugh Grant. Yeah, that's his name. And Nicole Kidman. I did want to see that. Have y'all ever seen, I know y'all have, this is a stupid question. Did y'all ever see Succession on HBO?
Mm-mm.
You didn't see it?
No. I watched it once. I didn't want to see it.
You know what? Fine. It was really, really good. It was very interesting in terms of seeing legacy families, but these were white people.
Look at one of her hats.
Oh, she's mad cute. I like that. Her hats are really nice. You go, her name is Dr. Una Clark. Mm-hmm. So get it right. A couple people asked me about Ratchet.
Look at this.
Ratchet. No, these are nice. She looks very cute. She looks very cute.
Stylish.
So, what was I saying?
People asked you about something.
Ratchet. I'm not finished with it. I do like it. I love how it looks because psychiatric hospitals don't look like that. They don't have light blue walls, and then the nurses have light blue uniform. It's really nice. And the medical director, because I'm the medical director / chief medical officer at my hospital, his office is the size of this floor. No, I remember those hats.
She has a million of them.
I used to have a hat like this when I was in high school.
She is so fashionable. My Jamaican queen.
So anyway, I like Ratchet. I haven't finished it yet. I've just been kind of watching movies that I like to watch. I mean, at some point I'll probably go and watch Amadeus again because I've seen that movie 1,000 times. I like it. I like period pieces. And you know what was really good? Favorite. Did you see that?
No.
It's so good. You wouldn't like it. It was really, really good. It was wild. Anyway, what's up, Maritza? She says Succession is based on the Murdoch family. That makes sense.
Hey, Maritza, did you hear us talking about you and Una Clark and her daughter, Congresswoman Yvette Clark?
You know she can't respond.
Well, I'm just saying she could type in her answer.
No, I'm just messing with you. I do like Dolly Parton. I do. I like Dolly Parton. Okay, you know what? Let's discuss some problematic artists that I like.
Problematic?
What's that? Oh,
Precious Foot. What do you mean problematic?
Like Frank Sinatra. I like Frank Sinatra.
Why is he problematic?
Because he got super white acting towards the end of his life. But I mean, who's surprised? Because he was really and the Rap Pack and like how they did Sammy Davis Jr. But at the end of the day, like that was Sammy Davis Jr.'s like call, and he let them treat him like that. But I love Frank Sinatra.
I think that probably we could say that in a certain era, certain things happened, right?
Right.
But if you look at a particular era, in that same era, there was Harry Belafonte, who wasn't playing that for nobody.
No, he wasn't.
And there was Sidney Poitier, who also wasn't playing that for nobody.
Did you know he used to go out with Diane Carroll?
Which one? Sidney Poitier?
Yeah. But they were married or something?
No, they were not married.
Okay, yes, they were. He was married.
Oh, you mean he was married to someone else?
Right.
Oh, yeah.
And
sure.
so,
I thought you were saying they're married to each other. Like,
no. And it was like right before Diane Carroll died or something, she did this interview and like she was all like broken up. I was like, damn, I know you went out with Sidney Poitier. What is he?
Virgin Island.
Oh, I was like, is he Haitian? I just don't know what.
I think he's Virgin Island.
Yes, hats by Bun. Listen, Philip Cook, you're out here killing it. Yes. So I love Frank Sinatra. Elvis is terrible.
Elvis?
Wait, Elvis is terrible.
Oh, Sidney Poitier's from the Bahamas.
But I like some of his songs. He has a really strong voice. It's kind of like Elvis. It's kind of like with Justin Timberlake. Like I know he's problematic, but like it's
sending you to that school.
What school? Yeah, you sent me to private school.
That's why I wanted you to go to an HBCU. Thank God.
I went to an HBCU.
I know. That's why I'm so glad you did.
Shouts out to HBCUs and everybody who participated in the Family Feud style game that was taped yesterday. It was me. I was the only person from Xavier. Candace Dillard from Housewives of Potomac, and then this other dude, I can't remember his name. I feel so bad.
Candace Dillard is her name, or she went to Dillard?
No, Candace Dillard is her name. She went to Howard.
Oh.
But let me tell you something. If all of you students who were part of the people who got polled to do those to give the questions, I don't know how old are you? Because some of those things I was like, that is not like, okay. So one of the questions was, what is the most famous marching band? Southern wasn't even there. They were like
FAMU.
That it wasn't. I mean, I didn't see it. I was like,
it wasn't FAMU?
No. And then rivalries. Okay.
Morgan.
Rivalries.
Morgan State Grambling. Yes.
So I said Southern. I said Southern versus Grambling. He wasn't even there. I was just, and then it was odd. Like I was like, I don't know what these children are doing. So, I messed up. Like I volunteered because nobody was saying anything to play the flash rounds, and I
every year
I lost terribly.
Morgan
like it was really bad. I'm sorry. We were ahead too. I'm sorry, everybody who was on Team Legacy.
Every year, Morgan State and Grambling would travel up to New York. And they would play, was it Yankee Stadium or the Polo Grounds? I can't remember.
I don't know.
But it was, for miles and miles and miles around, Black folks would turn out. It was like in New Orleans for
Bayou Classic. Shouts out to everybody at Bayou Classic who wears a fur and they're too hot.
And I think we used to call it, did we used to call it the Soul Bowl?
Maybe.
We used to call it the Soul Bowl.
Maybe. Danielle said Giant Stadium in Queens. Is that in Queens? Or is it in Jersey?
No, Giant Stadium was in Long Island.
No, I think it was like Queens.
I think they eventually moved it over to what was in the Meadowlands.
Meadowlands was the Jets.
See, FAMU.
But I think everybody. She said in New Jersey.
Yeah.
Okay. But like now everybody plays the Meadowlands or something, like the Giants, the Jets, and the New Jersey, the basketball team.
New Jersey
Nets.
The Nets. Yeah.
Oh,
but the Nets
they're not Nets
Brooklyn.
anymore.
Right. It used to be Brooklyn.
Oh my God, there's so much stuff going on. So many changes. The last time I was in New York, I didn't like what. Okay, can someone explain to me like where the 1 train is or the 9 train? Did they just get rid of that?
No, it's going up Broadway.
Yeah, but there's only 1 train. It's either the 1 or the 9.
Right, I think it's the 9.
I don't like that.
Are all the people on this thing from New York, and is everybody
Pretty
else
much.
bored?
I mean, y'all might be, but I mean, there's no 9 train. There's only the one. Whack.
It was the old
Anyway.
Giant Station, now the MetLife Stadium. Man,
Okay.
everything's got a brand.
Everything's different now.
How do you pronounce the one in LA? SoFi?
SoFi?
The one that's opening?
Because it's like a finance company or something.
When we were hanging out with Prince, he wanted to buy.
We were hanging out with Prince. He wanted to buy the Meadowlands.
No. He wanted to buy the Forum, and he wanted to be the resident artist there, and then book all the other acts. And we actually started talking with them. He asked me to represent him in the conversations, in the deals. So we started talking, and turns out that the church that owned the Forum was already in conversation with, what's it called? Rainbow Productions from Madison Square Garden. So they had already done a deal. And the pastor from the church he preferred Prince. So he wanted to.
I mean, who doesn't?
Well, but it's like, dude, you can't sign a contract and then say, oh, here comes somebody else. Prince.
It don't work that way.
I was like, you know what? Please stop.
Okay, look, we got questions. Okay, here's a question. ATL Shy, so like ATL Atlanta Shy, Chicago, New York 9 says from Instagram, how tall are you, and are you afraid of being stuck on an elevator? If not, what would you do? I'm 5'9". My mom is 5'10", but she shrank a little bit. I'm shrinking a little bit too, but I don't really want to talk about it. That being said, okay, you know what? Okay, so anyway, back to me.
How do you? But I don't want to talk about it
because I mean, I'll admit it, but I don't really want to, go there anyway. So I'm 5'9". I'm 6'2" in heels, and am I afraid of being stuck on an elevator? I don't think so. Like, what would I do? Probably try to get out through the top.
I'd have somebody
or call the number.
Stand on their back.
Well, what if nobody's in there? Then you just pick up the phone and you call the what's the name?
Well, if it works.
I mean, I've never been stuck
in New York. They don't work.
I don't take the elevators in the projects in New York because they smell like pee. Also, who's peeing in these elevators? I've never been to a project where it did not smell like pee. I don't understand. Like, this is so gross. I assume it's like some, drunk person, crackhead, or I'm like, why would you pee in an elevator? Anyway, Josette Menge 200 from Instagram asks, how does one handle going through a lot of fake friends?
How do you handle going through a lot of fake friends?
I haven't really had a lot of fake friends. I mean, I've met new people in my life and I kind of categorize them as to their like importance and utility, but
perhaps you should be guarded.
Yeah. I mean, basically,
before you don't put somebody in the category of friend.
Yeah. Like, just because like we kicked it one time doesn't mean that we friends. Like that's an acquaintance.
And what was the question?
How does one handle going through a lot of fake friends? I think you probably need to like look at yourself. Like there's something about you. I'm assuming that I think you're like letting in people a little too soon or too early.
There's somebody on here, Maritza, who we've been talking to, who's probably been my friend for 35, 40 years.
Right. And
there's a group of us. We've been friends some of us have been friends for 60 years.
Right.
But
everybody you meet is not your friend. So yes.
Everybody you meet is not your friend. And you can have acquaintances. And sometimes they come into the circle and it works out for a while.
And sometimes they float away.
And that's fine.
True.
That's fine. But don't cling or grasp onto people and don't call them your friends until they really are your friends.
Yeah. Like that takes a lot of time. And plus I'm somebody who, for lots of reasons, I can make people feel comfortable, but it's like they'll never know a lot about me.
Dre Atlantic asks, why should I care about this election?
Because Trump is a flaming racist. And I mean, the fact that we now have the phrase like kids in cages, I mean, grab 'em by the pussy. I mean, like I don't know like what else to say. Maybe you're asking, why should I vote at all, you should vote. I mean, like, for real. I know that there are people who are trying to sabotage. I read this morning of 2 instances where ballot drop boxes were set on fire, which is really bad.
But why should you care?
Why should you care?
Because what we are seeing is, if there has been a dream of a democracy, and if there has been a dream of an equality, what we are certain of is, under this administration, there's no pretense, there's no working towards, there's no attempt to. It is that if you look like me, you look like my daughter and my grandson, go stand over there in the corner and stay there till we summon you. And that's not how we're playing it. We are not playing it that way. So, why should you care? Sometimes it gets reduced to what my mother said to me, which is that, how many people died for you to have the right to vote? You better not sit it out.
Right. So, just, do it. Just, I don't know I don't know if you're an undecided voter. I've been reading a lot of articles about undecided voters. I mean, look, here's the thing. It's not going to be like, high school student council, right? You're not really going to know the person like that. You're not really, they want you to know them. And I'll keep it real. Like, I recall several times when I voted before the election, it was like, if I get voted, candy corn every day, right? But that's not what happens. And politics is a lot of compromise, and it's a lot of and sometimes you got to get really gully with it. So all I would say is I'm the type of person where I would vote for the person who is the most inclusive and wants to see this country not be reduced to a laughingstock. Plus Black folks' relationship with this country is very, it's interesting. Lolo from Instagram asked, how long should you give yourself to grieve a loved one?
You're going to grieve. If it's a loved one, you're going to grieve. It'll pop
grieve
in
forever.
at different times.
Right.
It's not going to go away.
Yeah, you don't. Right. But here's what I will say. There is a difference between grief and then grief moving into depression. Okay. So that there is a difference with that. And I have treated patients like that. And sometimes, grief can be what sets off a depression in someone who either hasn't experienced depression before or has. So you just gotta, I'll put it to you like this. I got in my office upstairs, I got pictures of all my grandparents and my whole family. And some of those people are dead. And I just like to have them around because, it makes me, it is comfortable.
It's inspiring.
Yeah, it's comfortable.
And it's comforting.
I'm like, oh, look at Uncle Harry.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. Mm. Okay, so I love Ange and Ben. This is Maria. What's up, Maria? Maria was she used to work with me here in LA, and she has a super cute daughter. And what's up, Maria? How you doing? Maria Perez. Okay, so she asked, why are psychologists hard to date? Because we don't really like reveal. Okay, I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a psychologist, but okay, I'm just going to extrapolate. I'm a psychiatrist. There's
mental health professional.
Yes. Why? Because are we judging everyone that we meet? Yes. Yeah, I am. But like most people judge people when they meet them. It's not really something that it's not good or bad. It just is. That's just human behavior. Also, mental health professionals tend to be kind of strange, which I am. And we also tend to be very guarded. So I have been on dates with people, way back when, and was I kind of secretly doing a psychiatric assessment? Yes, I was.
What would Idris like to talk about?
Well,
what are you grateful for this week?
Do you still have homework to do? Mm-hmm. Well, you look tired.
You look really tired.
Okay, that's true. Steel Wheels 360 says, let's forget the presidential election. Let's not, but there are plenty of Senate seats and other important local elections. Yes, and we talked about that last time,
we had all of our research out.
It's like taking a test out here in California. You got to know.
Right. you got to research and you owe it to yourself and your people to vote, not just the top of the ticket, but all the way down. Just go and research everything.
Blaze Beasley asks, what's your ideal man, Imani? I don't know. One who breathes, who's, is nice. Somebody who's funny. Somebody who gets on my nerd jokes. Somebody who likes, what's that cartoon you like, Idris? With the grandpa?
Boondocks? No.
The white one with the scientist grandpa.
Rick and Morty.
Rick and Morty. Also, somebody who really likes It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. That's my jam right there. Okay, hold on. One more question. Oh, but I answered Maria's question, so I hope you heard it. Those are really all the questions that I have.
Ballotpedia is a great source, and she's right. That is a great.
It is a good source.
A good resource for examining what the issues are on the ballot.
Yeah,
I used it.
I don't even feel like getting into this about Lil Boozy and Mike Tyson. Oh, also, a show I like a lot, which it took me a while to like, because I was like, I don't know how I feel about it, but I've been binge watching Mike Tyson Mysteries, and it's really good. Shouts to Norm Macdonald, who is killing the role of Pigeon. Oh my God.
I've been living in Marvel Universe, and I've been watching The Mandalorian,
So hold up. Did you finish The Mandalorian yet?
I did.
How was it?
It was good. And you had said to me, don't bother getting Disney Plus because it's not that good. I love Disney Plus. And on the Nat, yeah, I asked you how it was. And the Nat Geo channel on there, they, I'm not a believer in having animals in my house at all. So I don't want, I
like dogs.
I'm not a dog person. I'm not a cat person. I don't do fish,
I don't like cats.
Pigeons,
rabbits. I like dogs.
I don't do any of that. However,
dogs is what's up.
There's a show on there with two Black men who are partners in a veterinary business. And I believe they're like, I think it's pronounced
veterinary.
I believe they're like in rural Alabama or something. That show is so funny and they are so good. I love that show. I don't remember the name of it, but it's on Disney Plus, Nat Geo. They got Dr. Pole and whoever else.
That animal doctor.
I can't get to those. But there's two.
That's big because you don't like animals.
There's two shows on there that have two sets of Black vets. One is a husband-wife.
Mm-hmm.
They're a couple and they're both vets and they're in Atlanta.
Right.
That's kind of okay. But the one with the two brothers,
right?
I love. I think are they in Texas?
I don't know.
I don't know, but it's. Oh my God, I love that show. It helps me escape the madness of what's going on.
Let me tell y'all about veterinarians. Listen, I went to med school. It was dumb hard. And I only know about one species, which is Homo sapiens. Being a veterinarian, you got to know like mad animals. No. I could never do that. Plus, I'm not, it depends. Like, it's called Critter Fixers. Is that what it's called?
That is it.
Okay. Critter Fixers.
I love that show.
Okay.
You will find it and watch it and then tell us next week what you thought. Those brothers are good.
Yeah. Ooh, them boys good.
Oh
my God.
Oh my God.
Wait, I'm going to admit something. I don't really care because it's my opinion. I kind of canceled my Disney Plus after Beyonce came out with her thing. I know, like, you're not supposed to say that and whatever, but like, I like her. I just kind of wish she would, like, get out of those flesh-colored fish.
I wanted to watch the Phineas and Ferb movie, and I couldn't.
Where is it?
Disney Plus.
Oh, you talking about Beyonce?
No, Phineas and Ferb.
Well, you could watch it at my house. I have Disney Plus.
Okay, look at this. So we'll address this last question, then I gotta eat something because I'm hungry. Lately, this is from Dre Atlantic. Lately, there has been a narrative that straight Black men are privileged. What are my thoughts? I have heard. So I did read, like, this is within the last few years, that what is it? Black men are the white women in the Black community or something. here's what I would say. I think that there comes a point, and there's come a point with me when it comes to my male friends, that's an adjective, and people that I have dated in the past. And like, I'm about to be 45. There definitely is toxic masculinity abound. And it's difficult for me to be around people who like are not willing to accept LGBTQI plus people. Like, that is very difficult for me. And so I guess what I'm saying is that, yes, do I think Black men are privileged? It's really relative. Because honestly, you know, if I get pulled over, I'm not as concerned for my safety as, you know, if I were a Black man. Also, I'm not somebody who is really good with being kind of meek when it comes to authority. And I know that
then you should be as worried as a Black man.
But wait, I'm not finished. What I'm saying is, I know that Black men, if you're pulled over, like, you have, like, you know, a script, like, you have to really, like, you know, get out your feelings for a little bit, and you still might end up killed. I'm very vocal and confrontational. And you know, I
would go in a completely different way. Okay. And it is that in some instances, not all.
Yeah.
There's a lot of the privilege that, if you use the word privilege, I think it translates a lot of time to when you're hearing Black men say, some Black men say,
look at all these females out here.
They don't want to date Black women.
Yeah, that's very big in LA.
Because y'all are tough and y'all challenge and whatever.
And you can't get your hair wet.
And the point,
that's what they say out here.
The point about this is that the belief that Black women are tough to deal with. Okay, possibly.
I mean, y'all Black men have moms, so this should not be anything new.
Could be true, but the notion of them being Black men are the white women of the Black community, I think that's going a little too far.
Yeah, I mean, but I just thought it was an interesting notion, an interesting concept. I guess all I can say is, I mean, if you are a man in this society, or a male human, if you're a man in society, you already have a certain amount of privilege that's been afforded to you, because we live in a patriarchal society, right? But would I want to, you know, switch? Would I want to be a Black man right now? No, but I'm a Black woman, and I'm used to this. Like, I'm fine with this. But that being said,
what does that mean?
Meaning that being a Black man comes with a certain amount of certain burdens in the society, and Black women have another set of burdens. And I'm okay dealing with my burdens. I don't necessarily need to take on that. Like, I'm used to being me.
So,
because I've had to see a lot of, like, I've had Black male friends where, you know, like, here come the police, and they're, you know, and they're like, like I said, they have to do this script, and they have to, like, you know, not have an attitude, or, you know, not act like a thug. And that would be really difficult for me if somebody just stepped to me like, you know, what's wrong with you?
Okay.
Even if it's a cop, that'd be difficult.
And so how do you counsel your son?
Well, I tell Idris, like, me and Idris are, well, I guess in general, we are a family that's very, you know, we talk a lot about politics. And I just basically, you know, I've had to explain a few times to Idris, like, you know, maybe this isn't going to affect you now. This was like years ago. But when you get older, you're going to have to know how to do certain things. And you may very well be put in certain situations and predicaments that aren't fair, but you have to know how to handle them.
So I have some suggestions.
Okay, well, can you hurry up? I'm hungry.
Well, my suggestions are, it comes from my own living a life, but also having been on the police commission, the Los Angeles Police Commissioner, right? When one is pulled over,
yeah,
one sees lights behind you, you know,
10 and 2.
Keep your hands on the steering wheel at 10 and 2. Before the police officer reaches your car, use the buttons to bring down all the windows. Bring down all the windows, because many of us have tinted windows.
Right.
And a part of what the fear is that there might be somebody in the back seat or something in the car that the police officer can't readily see, right? So you bring down all the windows, you keep your hands at 10 and 2, and don't make any movements without saying to the police officer, "Officer, my registration is in my glove compartment.
Can I reach over?
Is it all right for me to reach over now to get it?" Yes. If you have any kind of weapons whatsoever in your car, you want to keep your hands on 10 and 2 and say, "Officer, I have a gun, a knife, a whatever," and don't take your hands off of 10 and 2. And then when the officer says, "Where is it?" you say it's under the front passenger seat, but but don't reach for it. Stay as still as you can. And that goes for men and women. As somebody said, what about Sandra Bland?
Yeah, I
right?
mean, yes, absolutely.
So these are things keeping in mind that many, many, many police officers do not live in the parts of town where many Black people live. So they are, in effect, an invading force. And they frequently, unfortunately, perceive us as threats.
Super predators.
Well, they see us as threats. They don't see us as citizens. We're seen as threats. So you have to be very careful. As for Black men and the so-called privilege, look, there is a preening that goes on sometimes for Black men. There is the fawning and oohing and eyeing over them, especially if they're athletes. And I don't even mean professional athletes.
No, just like I'm holding a basketball. I walked across a court.
So, the extent to which they are elevated and made to feel as though, what's that phrase? The shit don't stink?
Yeah.
A lot of that also comes from some women. And I'm not blaming anybody. I'm saying that this is one where, as a community, as a society, we are going to need to figure out how to teach men, how to teach boys how to be responsible.
Black men and Black boys.
Black men and Black boys, how to be responsible, how to be loving, how to be caring, how to come home.
And when you say loving and caring, like, I'm so tired of men being like, well, there's nothing gay about being loving and caring.
I mean, being loving and caring to your child.
Well, exactly. But I'm saying that's toxic masculinity. And that's what really, really gets on my nerves about, Black men of a certain age.
Well,
and I'm like, I'm not dealing with this right now.
I'm going to say what I probably have said every week, which is that you cannot change a person. Do not count on changing a person. So if the people you are encountering are the ones you're going, well, if only he wouldn't do this. Well, if only she wouldn't do that. You can't count on that changing. So you know what? Next, move on.
Right.
Move on.
And there are caring Black men out there. I don't want to act like, I am not somebody who's going to put down the Black men. I take everybody on a case by case basis. If you acting raggedy, then I'm gonna treat you accordingly. But if you're not raggedy, then I'm gonna treat you like a really nice person. Okay. So here's the thing. I'm hungry and I got work to do. So you guys have an awesome evening. Thank you for tuning in. No,
East Awesome said my registration and license are at the top of my steering wheel. They actually have. I've seen them on online. They actually have little wallets that clip onto your visor, and you never have to go into your glove compartment, because that's a frightening thing for some police officers. So think about doing that. That's very smart. Thank you, East Awesome.
So as I was saying, I'm hungry. And I'm going to go eat. My mom is going to leave soon. And Idris is going to, I don't know, drink some coffee or something. Hi, Danielle, and bye, Danielle, and bye, Alicia, and bye, everybody. I hope y'all have a good
I hope y'all enjoyed visiting with us. And remember, you have a few days to vote. And the next time we see you will be one day before Election Day.
Oh, yeah.
And a day and a month, likely, until we know who's president. Okay, bye. It was good night seeing all you guys. Bye.